Okay, so sitting cross-legged, resting the hands on the knees. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, softly close the eyes. Just start to listen to the breath. And start to breathe lower down toward the belly. Feeling the stomach expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. And while we just meditate here for a moment and focus on the breath, I'll just bring our intention for the class. So we're focusing on awareness, and this is awareness of the body and the mind, and we're working to connect the body and the mind. So when we're really busy or doing lots of different things to distract ourselves, sometimes we don't know what's going on with ourselves and we disconnect a bit. So today, just try to really focus on moving with intention. So really feel your way wholeheartedly through every movement and commit to every movement, even if it's small. Focus on the sensations that you feel in the body when you're in a stretch or in a posture, even if they're uncomfortable. Like if you're in an uncomfortable stretch, still try to bring yourself into that sensation. And you can say in your mind, I am aware. And you can bring yourself back to this short mantra anytime you feel distracted or disconnected throughout the class. And before we begin, we're just going to take 3 deep breaths, and it's what we call a lion breath. So you're breathing in through the nose, and then as you exhale, you open the mouth wide, stick your tongue out and make a sound as you exhale, nice and loud like a lion does, and it's sort of releasing energy and tension from the body. So inhale, inhale, and really let go for this one. Inhale, bring the hands to the heart and press the thumbs against the chest. Gently bow the head down and open the eyes. And place the hands just behind the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the sternum up nice and tall to the ceiling. So you're opening the front of the body. And as you exhale, start to walk the fingertips forward. Make sure that you can feel the 2 little sitting bones underneath the bottom. And just try to feel the top of the head pulling forward away from you. One more deep breath here. And inhale, lifting back up. Good. Rest the hands back onto the knees. And take one really slow, big neck roll all the way around to the right. So drop the chin down, keep sitting tall in the posture. Roll the head round, really relax the neck at the back so you're not holding to any tension in the neck. All the way round to the front and lift back up. And then roll the neck round to the left side, really relax the neck at the back. And release back to the center. Interlace the fingers behind the head, open up the front of the body, squeeze the shoulder blades back behind you. And as you exhale, drop the chin down to the chest, elbows point down towards the floor, and just relax the chin in towards the chest. Be careful not to push hard on the head. One more breath here. And release the hands to your side. Bring the head back up. Rocking forward onto the hands. Just sit back onto the heels so that the knees are together. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up, and then lift the hips, push the hips forward, and let your knee just dangle off the floor so that you can really open up the side of the body. Think about reaching up to the diagonal corner of the room and send the breath to the ribs so that you can really lengthen the body and the spine. One more breath. And release back down. Good. Over to the next side. Bring the left hand down. Inhale, reach. Open the hips. Let that right knee dangle off the floor. Think about lifting up through the body. One more breath. Send the breath to the ribs. And release back down to the mat. Good. Lovely. Rock forward onto the hands. Come to a tabletop position. Wrists come right underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Now release the right leg back behind you. Point the toes away and reach the left hands forward. Holding here, keep reaching. And as you exhale, bring that knee to the elbow and contract the tummy, curve the spine, head towards the knee. Inhale, reach. And exhale, knee to elbow. Think about squeezing the belly back towards the spine. Inhale, reach. Now you have an option to either do the same and bring knee to elbow. If you want to, reach behind you and see if you can hold the foot behind you and then press the ankle into the hand. It gets a bit wobbly, but don't worry. So bending through the back, pulling that left shoulder back so you're opening out the chest. 2, 1, release with control, back down. Reach the left foot away, pointing the toes, and reach the right fingertips forward. And as you exhale, squeeze the belly in, curve the spine. Inhale, reaching away, lengthen through the body. Exhale, contracting. Last reach, now either contracting in again or holding the ankle behind you. You can hold the inside of the ankle or the outside of the ankle if more comfortable. I find the inside easier. 2, 1, release the knee back and the hand back to the mat. Come to sit back to your child's pose. So toes together, knees are slightly wider than your hips. And then just really relax the upper body onto the mat. Feel the forehead pressing against the mat and use this to bring that awareness into the body. Maybe repeating that mantra in your head. I am aware. Take a moment here just to recognize if there's any places in your body that feel a bit uncomfortable or feel like they are holding tension. Maybe if you've been sitting at a desk, you might notice shoulders or neck or your lower back. Recognize what's going on in your body. Are there any areas that feel tired? We all hold our tension in lots of different places. Two more deep breaths. Intentionally breathing into any areas that do feel tense. Inhale, lift up and press through the hands. Fingers are spread, shoulder width apart, press the palms into the mat. Tucking the toes under, firstly come to your high plank. Then when you feel ready, exhale, lift the hips, allow the head to drop down. Feet should be about hip width apart. The toes are very slightly turned inward. And just keep a soft bend in the knees because we're still just warming them up. Give the head a nice shake and really loosen through the neck so the gaze is just falling between the feet. Shoulders externally rotate, so that means the shoulder blades are pulling away from each other. So you're feeling like you're trying to make your back broad and wide. And that really engages the shoulder muscles. So it should feel like you're working to hold yourself here. This is an active stretch and strengthening pose. Keep pressing through your hands, soft bend in the elbows as well. And then we're going to roll through the back. So curve the spine, roll forward to a high plank. And then we're continuing the journey and dropping the hips down to the floor so that you come to an up dog, but you keep on your toes. So you don't turn onto the pointed toes like you normally do for up dog. Press the shoulders away from the back and just rock slightly back and forward if it feels good. Keep that soft bend in the elbows. And exhale, roll and curve the back and lift back to a down dog. In your down dog, really actively press the pelvis and tailbone up towards the ceiling. So you're trying to extend that lower back. Inhale, roll through to your high plank. Drop the hips, come to your up dog. Shoulders down, open the chest, slightly looking up, squeezing the bottom. Exhale, back to down dog. You roll your back down. So it's a nice fluid motion. Inhale, release to up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Last time. Inhale, reach to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now release the knees down to the floor so you're back to your tabletop position. And we're just going to loosen the wrists for the last part of our warm-up. So turn the fingers to face into the midline of the body. So the fingertips facing toward each other. And then just rock gently in some circles so that you're rotating your wrists. And you are actively pressing weight through the wrists here because we're preparing them for all that weight bearing throughout the vinyasa class. Maybe changing direction. Make sure it's comfortable, there shouldn't be any pain. So if there's pain, maybe take it a bit lighter or stop the exercise. Back to the center. Release just back to normal tabletop, sit back into the heels. And then push the back of the hands into the waistline. And you should feel a stretch across the front of the wrists. And then maybe if you wanted more stretch, you could bring the back of the hands up toward the armpits. One more breath. And release the hands. Last exercise for strengthening the wrists. This one can be a bit uncomfortable, but remember it's okay if it's uncomfortable, but no pain. So if it hurts, then stop. We're bringing the backs of the hands onto the mat. So you might need to sit the weight further back towards the heels. But you want a little bit of weight through the wrists if you can. And then try to squeeze the fingers in to make a fist, but with the backs of the hands staying on the mat. And release. 4 more. Squeeze into a fist. Remember, just take it as much as you can. Be aware of your body, don't hurt yourself, and release. 3, squeezing in. And release. This might be enough for you, but you can do 2 more if you feel okay. Squeeze into a fist. And release. 1 more, squeeze into a fist. And release. Very gently, just place one hand and the other back into the mat. And then when you feel ready, press into the hands again. Have a moment there just to warm the wrist back up. And then when you feel ready, lift back to your down dog. And we're just going to start tiptoeing straight toward our forward fold. So lift the hips up, actively squeeze the abdominal muscles. Like you're walking on eggshells, just tiptoe toward the hands. Feet come together toward the front of the mat. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Release here for a moment. Remember, in your forward fold, you're thinking of length through the back. So you're trying to push the chest down and forward, top of the head reaching away. Hips are lifting up, so you're trying to show the sitting bones up to the ceiling. If you want to, bring one hand onto your lower back, just where your coccyx are, and then pull up toward the back, like you're trying to pull the skin up the back. And this will help you to visualize and feel the length in that lower back and the tilt in the pelvis. Remember, you can always bring hands to the shins or to the mat. Shoulders pressing down away from the neck. One more breath. Bend the knees, curve the back, tuck the chin down, and slowly start to roll up to standing. Coming into our Samasthiti, just pulling the mat forward a little bit. So we engage our Mula Bandha, so this is our root lock, so feeling energy come up through the earth, driving up the feet, so the feet feel like they're glued to the mat and strong and stable. Energy lifts up the thighs, the kneecaps feel like they're lifting, and the thighs are squeezing together like you're holding a penny between the thighs. The bottom squeezes, and if you feel you've got a bend in the lower back, the tailbone very slightly tucks under, only to straighten out the back. So we're not sort of going like this. We're just trying to get that long posture. Fingers point down, lifting up through the abdominal muscles, feeling like they're squeezing in and back underneath the ribs. Soften across the chest and the shoulders, and the face is soft as well. So try not to hold any tension in the eyebrows or the jaw. Breathing into the belly. So even though you're using those abdominal muscles, you allow the stomach to move as you breathe. So there's energy flowing up the body. You're feeling like you're reaching down to the earth and up toward the sky. Inhale, lift in Namaskar, small back bend. Squeeze the bottom, push the hips forward, and lift the chest up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, all the way down to forward fold. Now walk the feet apart slightly so that they're about hip width apart. Bend down as low as you can so that you can feel the stomach against the thighs. Lift the toes very slightly, sit the weight back into the heels. Now lift the hands in front of you and reach the fingers right in front of you, just slightly up. Now squeeze the tummy in and slightly squeeze the tailbone under so that your stomach comes away from the legs. Still sitting really low. So this is just like a super low chair pose, basically. Try to lengthen through the back. Just keep squeezing that tummy away from the thighs. 3. Reach the fingertips. 2. Sitting lower, maybe. 1. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those toes back together. Inhale to halfway lift, head comes same height as the hips. Exhale, step the feet back to a high plank, fingers spread, palms press into the mat. Shoulder width apart, small bend in the elbows, straight line down the body. Tummy squeezing in, bottom squeezing, feet together. Lower down, elbows stay tucking in. Inhale to up dog. Careful not to collapse in the back, squeeze and lift forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look past the hands. Step or jump the feet through to a forward fold. Inhale, lift, steeple the arms up with a straight back into your back bend. Maybe relax the head back this time and go a little bit further. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feet come apart a little bit. Sit the weight back in the heels, toes are lifted. Bend as low as you can. Reach the hands over the head. Squeeze the tummy away from the thighs, tucking the tailbone under. Sit low. 5, 4. Straight back. Keep squeezing the tummy, squeezing the bottom. 2. Lower. 1. Exhale, forward fold. Feet come together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back this time. Strong high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Chest just off the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. Maybe give the head a shake to loosen through the neck. Keeping that soft bend in the elbows and the knees to look after your joints. 1. Inhale, right leg lifts. Right foot's flexed. Keep that leg parallel so it's turned in. And lean forward, tuck the right knee into the chest. Place the foot through between the hands. Drop the back knee down to the mat. Inhale, lift the hands over the head. Come to a small back bend if you feel comfortable to. You can drop the neck back so the neck is soft. Push the left hip forward. Inhale, lift back up. Okay, so pressing through the back of the left foot. See if you can lift that left knee off the floor and see how high you can come. Now dropping down, either put the knee down or leave it just off the floor. Lift back up as high as you can. 2 more, drop down. And lift. 1 more, drop down. And lift. Hands to heart. Hands can support you if you need to. Tuck the toe under, come back to a low lunge. Your thighs should be burning now. And rotate over to your right side of the body. So twist through the back. Lengthen your back leg. Feet are pushing into the mat and away from you. Lower down so that you can bring your left elbow outside the right knee. Good. Twisting through the back. Stay solid in the legs. Back leg keeps extending. 2, 1. Lifting back up. Turn back to the front. Open warrior 2 to face the side. Inhale to a sun warrior. Open the chest to the ceiling. If you want to, take a tricep stretch, so hands bind behind the back. 2, 1. Release the hands, stay low in the leg. Humble warrior, interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, exhale, drop. Chest comes down towards the front thigh. And you can slightly round the back so that you can really stretch out the shoulders, bringing the hands over the head. Now, either an option to come and bring the right hand inside the right ankle and reaching the left arm up. If you want to practice your bind, then take the right shoulder in front of the right knee. Right hand touches behind you and left hand touches behind you too, so that you can try and hold hands. That's it. Doesn't matter if they don't hold, just keep reaching and stretching. Looking down towards the floor. Inhale, try to extend your front leg a little bit. And then exhale, bend the front leg more. 2 more times. Inhale, extend as much as you can. Exhale, bend. Last time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Good. Release the hands and wheel the arms up to the ceiling so you can extend both legs. Turn the toes in a little bit and take the hands to the hips. Now, careful not to sway back in the heels. Make sure you keep the weight even between the heels and the toes. The toes are turned in very slightly. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower the chest down and just come halfway. So you're like in a kind of 90-degree angle. And you really want a straight back here. So you're pushing the tailbone up and reaching the chest and the head forward. You're keeping a soft bend in the knees, so you're not locking into your knee joints. If you want to, reach the hands over the head. It'll be a little bit harder. Keep squeezing the belly in as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, reach 1. Release the hands down to the ground. And here, either just stay in a nice forward fold stretch or come to your tripod stand, your headstand if you want to. Make sure you're not swaying back in the heels. Really focus on tilting the tailbone up and you'll feel that nice extension in the back of the legs. If you want to, you can always hold on to the backs of the calves or the ankles and lever yourself down a bit further. Use your breath, work with your breath. One more breath, so if you're in tripod stand, make your way down. And then staying low, just swivel your weight towards your right leg and then turn towards your right leg, turn the right foot forward, step back to a low lunge. Good. Step back to a high plank. Exhale, lower down, chest just off the floor, elbows tucking in. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths before we take our second side. Breathe deeply into the belly. Last breath. Left foot lifts to 3-legged dog. Lean forward, tuck the left knee into the chest, step between the hands and lower the back knee onto the mat. So with this exercise, you can always have hands down if you needed to for a bit of support. So first we're going to take a back bend, so lift the hands over the head, push the right hip forward, let the head relax back. And inhale, lifting up. Hands can come down if you need to, but we're going to push the back of the right foot against the floor, lift the knee up as high as you can, and then lower down. Either the knee is just hobbling off the mat, or you can put it down if you need to. Inhale, lift, keep squeezing the belly in as well, and lower down. Last time, inhale, lift, and lower. Hands to heart, try and tuck the back toe under, and turn towards the left. Good, so you're twisting through the back, trying to keep that lunge in your front leg and really lengthen your back leg. Now lower down, bring that right elbow outside the left knee. To see if you can twist around a little bit further. One more breath. Rotate back round to the center, hands to heart. Open to warrior 2 to face the side. Make sure that right hip isn't lifting up. Try to drop the right hip down so the hips are level. Try to line knee up with ankle with your front leg. Squeeze the belly in. Inhale, sun warrior. Open and lift the chest to the sky. Making a C shape with the spine. 2, 1. Inhale, lift back. Interlace the fingers behind you for humble warrior. Exhale, lower the chest towards the front thigh. You can slightly curve the back, bringing the hands over the head, enjoying the shoulder stretch. If you're pretty comfortable in the stretch, think of pressing the wrists together. And coming into our favourite bit. So bring that left hand inside the left knee by the ankle and right arm lifts up. Now if you want to, take your bind. So left hand continues under the left knee, touching the back, right hand comes and joins with the left hand. Look down towards the mat. As you inhale, try to extend the front leg as much as you can comfortably. Exhale, bend. 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, release the arms up. Take an open stretch. Good. Now lower down into a really low lunge, what we call a goddess. So it's a low lunge, but with your knees out to the side. Keep the tailbone tucking underneath you and the tummy squeezing in. Hands out to the side, flexing the palms. Keep really squeezing the belly into the back and straighten. If you want to, lift up onto the toes. Sit low for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Turning back to the front. Bring the arms down, come to a low lunge. Step back, high plank. And we're going to take 3 press-ups here. So you can bring the knees down if you need to. So chest comes just off the floor, elbows tucked in. Lift back to high plank. Lower down, chest just off the floor. And lift back. Last one, lower. And lift. Good. And vinyasa. Down. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, look between the hands, up onto the tiptoes, step or float forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Our last exercise on leg strengthening, so we're taking those feet apart. This is our last one. Weight sitting back in the heels, slight lift in the toes. Sit as low as you can, stomach's resting on the thighs. Lift the arms right up in front of you, lengthen through the back, then squeeze the tummy away from the thighs, tuck the tailbone under. 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, forward fold. Feet come together. Inhale, lifting with a straight back. Namaskarasana. Hands above the head. Exhale, Pranamasana, hands to the heart. Press the thumbs into the chest. Three more breaths here. Listening to your heart. Listening to your breath. Coming back to your mantra. I am aware. What's going on in your body and what's going on in your mind. Release the hands down by your side. And we're coming into our little balance sequence. So, yeah, we're going to try some fun balances. If you have a wall nearby, then you might want to use it for a bit of support, but you don't need to if you don't have one. So remembering your samasthiti, press through your feet, lift up through the legs. Energy continues up the abdominals, zipping the muscles back and underneath the ribs, squeezing the bottom, shoulders rolling back and down. Inhale, Namaskarasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And step forward between the hands. Back heel comes down to the mat. Lift to warrior one. Squeeze the belly in. Reaching the arms up. Now start to transfer the weight forward onto your right foot. And start reaching the arms forward to extending the back. Lift through to your warrior three. Try to keep that left hip dropping down so that you could balance the plate on your lower back. Left foot's flexed, reaching the hands forward to make a long line. 3, 2, 1. Lower the hands to the mat. Lift the back leg up as much as you can. Standing splits. So if you want to, you can hold your right calf with your right hand to try to lower the head down towards the foot further. Keep actively lifting the leg. 2, 1, and release the feet together to a forward fold. Lifting up, uncurling through the spine, nice and slowly. For our last balance on this side, we're going to come to our flying pigeon. So for people that have done it before in my class, you've got the opportunity to go into your flying pigeon balance. So just make sure you've got some room around you if you wanted to do that. So we're going to sit really nice and low into like sort of chair pose legs. Legs are squeezing together. Hands come to the heart. Already activating the belly. Focus the eyesight sort of a little bit in front of you, down towards the floor. Lift the right knee into the chest and take your ankle just above the knee. So the actual ankle is resting on the knee rather than the foot. Still sit back, push the hips behind you. Next stage, if you want to, is reaching the hands over the head. So you feel a really nice stretch because you're pressing your right knee down towards the floor. Next stage, if you want to, is bringing the hands down to the floor and straightening your underneath leg. So you're coming to a nice stretch. Feels like a pigeon stretch like you do on the floor. Next stage, if you want to, press the hands into the mat and you can try taking your arm balance. So just give it a go for fun. It doesn't matter if it goes wrong. So we're bending the left knee and then taking the right knee onto the upper arm and then the right foot onto the left upper arm. And then maybe that leg goes back behind you. Coming back into your stretch if you were in your flying pigeon arm balance. Bending the left knee, bringing the hands back to the heart. And releasing, lift the right knee up. And bring the feet back together. Oh, good, okay. Coming onto the same sequence on the next side. Inhale, Namaskarasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back, high plank. Remember, you can put your knees down in your plank at any time. Shoulders pulling down the back. Soft bend in the elbows. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Okay, one more breath. Coming onto the next side. Breathe that left leg up, three-legged dog. Bring that knee forward, step between the hands. Back heel lowers, lifting up to warrior one. Squeeze the belly in. Shoulders relax down. Keep that lunge through your front leg. Now start to reach the hands forward, extending your back, and then gradually press into your front foot. Start to lift the back leg to warrior three. Keep dropping the right hip down. So back leg is internally rotated. Reach the hands in front. 3. Really lengthen the body. 2. 1. Hands come down. Standing splits. Lifting the back leg up. Head coming towards the toes. If you want to, bring that left hand to your left calf. Actively lifting your top leg. 3, 2, 1, and bring the feet down together, rolling up nice and gently, uncurling the spine. Good. Coming into our last balance. Flying pigeon. Hands come to the heart. Sit low back toward the heels. Lift that left knee up and move back slightly. Bring that ankle just on top of the thigh, just above the knee. Pushing the hips back behind you. Extend the hands over the head. You can stay here. If you want to, you can have the option to bring the hands down and lengthen the underneath leg to feel more of a stretch in that pigeon pose. If you want to try your arm balance today, bring the hands down, bend the right knee, bring that left knee and left foot to the upper arms, lean forward. Start to make your way back. Bending the right knee, hands come to the heart, sit low. Inhale, lift the left knee up into the chest and bring those feet back together. And release the hands. Good. I'm just going to have a sip of water. Oh, sweaty. Okay, so we're coming into our main core section. So this is kind of, I suppose, the most like active part of the class, but it's probably going to be about 10 minutes maybe 8 minutes of hard work, but then it's stretching. So I suppose what I'm saying is this is the time to use all the energy that you have left. Okay, coming to the top of the mat. Squeezing those thighs together, pressing the feet down. Lift through the pelvic floor, squeeze the belly button back toward the spine, but still allowing yourself to breathe. So that's the hard feeling to get. Try not to hold your breath through this part, even though it's tempting. Inhale, Namaskarasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. And lower down, chest just off the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Rock forward into a high plank. And then drop down onto those elbows so you're in a forearm plank. Squeeze the bottom, keep squeezing the belly in. Now rock forward so that your shoulders pass your elbows So you're lowering your chest toward your hands. And then exhale, lean back onto the heels, toward the heels, and push the chest down toward the mat. So you're in like a dolphin pose. Inhale, lean forward, so chest comes towards your hands. Remember, you can drop your knees if you need to. Exhale, push back, chest lowers towards the mat. You're lifting the hips and pressing toward the heels. And inhale, lean chest towards the hands. Exhale, push back. 2 more. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, push back. Really opening the shoulders and the chest. Last time, inhale, lean forward. Exhale, push back. Push the chest through and down. And release, come up into the hands. Back to your down dog. Breathing 2, 1. Right leg lifts to 3-legged dog. Tuck the right knee into the chest, leaning forward, curving the back. And now drop the knee between the hands. Inhale, curve the back, head to knee, hips lifting up. And drop the knee between the hands. 3 more. Inhale, curve and lift. Exhale, drop. 2 more. Lift. Knee drops just off the mat. Inhale, lift. Last one. And drops down. Touch your right knee to the right elbow. Hurdle pose if you want to. So you're stepping outside your right foot, outside your right hand. And then you're trying to lift your right knee up onto your right shoulder. Now you might just get to there with lifting that right foot off. If you wanted to, tuck that left elbow in towards your body, lean forward and see if you can touch the left toes up off the floor. And release back whenever you're ready. No rush. And we'll join each other back in down dog when you're ready. Good. Right leg lifts up again to 3-legged dog. And then we're going to scoop that right leg over and underneath our left side of the body so that it's just hovering off the floor. And then release back to 3-legged dog. You can watch me if you need to. So we're scooping the right leg forward, hovering it just off the floor, and then scooping back. We'll do 3 more. Leaning forward, bring that leg through, hover, and press back. 3-legged dog. 2 more. Lean forward, hover. So you're really twisting through your core, and lean back. 3-legged dog. 1 more. Twisting, hold. 3, 2, 1. Release to down dog. Roll through to a high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Coming onto the next side. Left leg lifts up, 3-legged dog. And lean forward, tuck the knee into the chest. Lower the knee down between the hands. And lift up, curving the back. And lower down, knee just off the floor. And lift up. 3 more, lower. So you're straightening the back. And then lifting, curving the back. Tucking the head in. Lower down. And lift. 1 more, lower down. And lift. Back to down dog. Left leg lifts to 3-legged dog. Come straight to your hurdler pose, or if you're taking it more slowly, step the left foot outside your left hand. Bring the hands a tiny bit narrower towards each other. Try to lift that left thigh up onto the left shoulder and see if you can lift the left foot off the ground. So that's stage 1. Stage 2, lean into your right elbow and then maybe lift that back toe off the floor. Just giving it a try, no pressure. Whenever you're ready, there's no rush, we'll meet in down dog. Good. And lovely. So we bring our left leg up to lift, and then we scoop forward, twist through the core and hover that left foot just off the floor. And press back, three-legged dog. 4 more. Scoop forward, twist, left foot just off the floor, and back. 3 more. Lean forward, press, and back. 2 more. Really twist through your spine, and back. Last one. Press, and back. Down dog. Roll forward to a high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lovely. We're nearly there. One more exercise, and then we're coming to some floor-based exercises. Roll forward to your high plank. Bring your right arm up, and then just roll back so that you come to a reverse high plank. So you're on your hands, fingertips are pointing toward your heels, and the knees are bent. Good. Excellent. Okay. As you allow the hips to drop down to the floor, lift your right arm and see if you can touch and reach your left toes. And then release the hand and the foot back. So you're trying to keep the hips lifted, and you lift the left hand, try and touch your right toes. And then you come back. Good. Right hand touches your left toes. You're trying to straighten the left leg as much as you can, and you reach back. Other side, left hand reaches for the right toes, and release back. 3 more, touching the left toes, and release back. This is all about slow control. Left hand reaches, touch the right toes, and reach back. One more time, touch the left, and back. Touch the right. Well done, and back. Woo. Okay, come to sit on the floor. And we're just going to loosen up the wrists a little bit. So sit back onto the heels. Just swirl the wrists round to one side. And back in the other direction. Good. Lovely. Just press the back of the hands into the waist a little bit if you need to, but be gentle. Good. Okay, so come to lying on your back now. I'm going to change this direction. Lift the legs up to 90 degrees. Now this exercise is all about making sure you keep the lower back on the mat. So if the lower back lifts off the mat and your back is arching, then you need to either just bend the knees a little bit and continue the exercise, or you need to lift the legs a little bit higher and not take them so low. Okay, so we're going to reach the hands over the head, and then we're going to lower the legs towards the floor very slowly, squeezing the belly in. 8, 7, 6, 5, halfway, 3, 2, just off the floor or as low as you can, lift 8, 7, 6, 5, halfway, 3, 2, and up. Lifting up to your boat pose. So you can use your hands to lift if needed, or scoop your way up and lift. Knees can either be bent here, you can have the hands for support if you need, or try and extend the legs just as much as you feel comfortable. Lift the chest, open the front of the body, hold. 5, 4, keep lifting, opening the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down to the floor. One more time for this exercise. Lift the legs up to 90 degrees, press the lower back into the mat. 8, lower down. 7, 6, 5, halfway. 3, 2, just off the floor, and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, halfway. 3, 2, 1. Use the hands if you need to, or scoop the arms up and lift your both. See if you can extend the legs. Push the chest up. You're looking slightly up towards the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax the legs down. Good. Most of the hard work is over. I'm just having a time check and having a sip of water. Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes or so of stretching, and then we're coming into our relaxation, so not too much longer to go. So we're going to stay lying on our back, and we're coming into some hip stretches. So really, really important to connect with your breath and slow your breath. Hug the right knee into the chest. And then we're going to bring the left knee up, but the left foot is on the floor. And then we're going to take our right ankle across the left foot. So we're in that pigeon sort of pose. Now we're just going to drop the left knee toward the floor so that the right foot comes onto the floor. And you should feel a nice stretch across the right side of the bottom. Now lift the left knee back up. And if you want to, you can stay here, but you can hold that left leg, and squeeze the left knee in toward you, and it increases that stretch. If you wanted a bit more, you could unfold your left leg and then squeeze that extended left leg in toward you. Try to keep the hips on the ground if you can. Breathing for 2, 1. Lower the left foot back onto the ground. And then keep hugging that right knee into the chest and just extend the left toes away. And we're going to just gently uncurl into our hamstring stretch. So if you had a belt or a strap or something, you could put it around your foot, or just hold onto your calf or onto the right foot. Try to keep that right leg straight in front of you, so we're not taking it out to the side and opening the hip. Work with your breath. Try to soften through your body with each breath. So your arms are kind of working to squeeze the leg in, but your leg shouldn't have to be working too much. So you can really relax the hip and try to also keep your face soft. Try not to kind of tense up the eyebrows. Belly can be soft. Two more deep breaths. See if you can work with these breaths to bring the leg in a little bit more, if comfortable and if you want to. 1. Hug that right knee into the chest. Give it a moment there. And then release the right leg away and bring that left foot up. So squeeze the left leg in. Come onto the right foot onto the mat so the right knee bends. For our pigeon, so bring that right foot across just under the left knee. Right knee onto the right thigh. And then drop the right knee out to the side so that the left foot comes down to the floor. And then really open up that left knee. So you're actively pushing the left knee away from you. This is a way we just warm up our pigeon stretch. Warm up the outside of the thigh. Lift back onto the foot. And then maybe holding that right thigh to squeeze the leg in toward you. If you did feel ready for it, you could extend your right leg and you could squeeze that extended right leg in toward you. The hips will want to lift, so try to actively press the hips down. 2, 1. Release the right foot down. Keep hugging the left knee into the chest. Point the right toes away from you and extend the right leg. And then start to ease that left leg into your hamstring stretch. Make sure you maintain your breath. Sometimes it's tempting to hold the breath in these stretches. Take 3 more deep breaths here, remembering to work with your breath. So as you exhale, you're seeing if you can squeeze in a little bit more. It's okay if your leg's a bit shaky. My leg's a bit shaky today because I've worked hard. 1 more breath. And hug that knee into the body. And release the legs. And we're going to come into our back stretch now. So firstly, to warm up with bridge, walk the feet in towards the hips. Keep the knees parallel, so make sure that the knees don't splay out to the side. They stay in line the whole time. Palms down to the mat. Squeeze the bottom, press the feet into the mat, lift the hips. Walk up onto the shoulders a little bit if you want to. Keep pushing the chest toward the chin. Keep pressing the feet into the ground. And squeeze as much as you can and lift. 3, 2, 1. Roll your way down the back. So upper back, middle, lower, finally your hips. Now you can do your bridge pose again 1 more time. If you want to do your wheel, keep the feet at hip distance apart. Bring the hands just by your ears. Elbows pointing up to the ceiling. Firstly, lift up onto your head. Make sure your fingers are spread and actively pushing down. Then you can lift your head up off the floor. Aim to straighten the elbows first. If your elbows are straight, you can try to straighten the legs a little bit more and try to push the chest over the shoulders. Holding. If you have energy, you can come down at any time you need. 3, 2, 1. You come back down onto the head and then roll down the back. Hips come last. Bring the feet together. Drop the knees out to the side to an open butterfly. Tuck the hips underneath you a little bit so you can feel the whole back against the floor. Let the legs just open. Really relax the hips and the legs. You don't need to hold on to anything. You can take the hands over the head to release the shoulders a bit. And when you're ready, you can come into your Shavasana position. So you can get anything you need to get comfortable. Just take the legs about the same width as the mat, so they're quite wide. Let the feet drop out to the side. You can either rest the hands across the stomach, or if you want to, you can take the hands wide out to the side, the palms facing up, so that the shoulders can roll out. I'm going to be sitting up just so that I can guide you through our relaxation. So we have about 6 or 7 minutes to allow the body to be still. Hopefully then to still the mind. Maybe just firstly bringing your attention back to the mantra, I am aware. So we can focus today on trying to cultivate that awareness within ourselves. Bring your attention to the very top of the head and focus on a feeling of relaxation and calm starting to pour down across the top of the head, down the body, relaxing across the forehead, softening between the eyebrows. The eyelids are very gently closed. The eyes just focusing still on one dark spot behind the eyelids. Releasing through your jaw. Allow the tongue to drop down away from the roof of the mouth and just rest behind the teeth. And this feeling of calm continues down across the neck, allowing your neck to be soft. No need to hold onto any muscles. Softening across the shoulders. The shoulders are open and supported by your mat, just dropping down. You don't need to try and change their position, control them, just let them go. Let them be wherever they are. Flowing down the arms, right to the fingertips. Hands are just softly, naturally falling to the earth. Keeping that attention on your awareness of yourself and of the present moment. Focusing on those sensations in the body. Now bringing your awareness to your stomach. Really allowing the stomach to completely let go. Maybe feeling that gentle rise and fall of the stomach as you breathe. We've really been using the abdominal muscles. We try to really intentionally allow them to release. Sometimes we don't notice when we're tensing the stomach. become aware of the back against the floor. Feel the length through the spine, through all the muscles down the back. Allow them to let go and ground down into the earth. Bringing your attention across the hips, breathing into the hips. Any discomfort, allowing yourself to breathe through and let go of tension from the body. On this journey of relaxation, continuing right from the top of the head all the way down the body, continues down the legs, right toward the ankles, down the feet and each toe, allowing your legs to let go, just naturally falling wherever they are. And eventually just feeling so relaxed. Body's just drifting across the mat. I am aware of my body and my mind. I am connected and in tune with myself. And I can come back to this at any time if I need to come back to the present moment, to ground myself. Keeping the eyes closed, you can start to gradually move the toes and the fingers and maybe roll the head from side to side. Just bringing those slow movements back to the body. If you want to, reach the hands over the head and point the toes away from you so that you're lengthening through the body. And then eventually make your way to roll onto the right side and just rest there in the fetal position for a moment. Holding on to this feeling of relaxation and keeping the eyes softly closed. Just gently lift yourself up to a sitting position, crossing the legs, resting the hands onto the knees. Try to sit onto the two little sitting bones underneath you. Allow the shoulders to just drop down with ease. Reflect on any changes that you feel in the body. Anything feels nicely stretched, or maybe some muscles, the shoulders or the arms that might feel tired, or maybe somewhere that feels energized. Noticing any sensations. Bring the hands to the heart, pressing the thumbs into the chest. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Softly bow the head down and open the eyes. Namaste. Thanks for joining.
Come in, mute.